In this video, I will go over what I like to see when a developer pitches a game to be published with my company. Hi, I'm Jeff. I make videos on this channel about marketing and growing your indie game business. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell so you don't miss another video. Thank you. So I've been in this industry for over 20 years, a publishing company for over 15, and I've seen hundreds and hundreds of pitches. So I thought it was valuable for you to at least get what I like to see when a developer pitches a game to me. It's my opinions. I'm not saying this is the gold standard of pitches or anything like that, but this is what I like to see, and I'm assuming there's a lot of compatibility depending on whatever publisher you're going with. The first thing for me is funding. That's the first thing I look for. Include a milestone breakdown and how much money you need to complete the game. I don't need to know about the marketing part because we will discuss that if the time comes. But if the amount of money you need to fund your game to finish it is something that doesn't make business sense for me, I won't continue. I will write you back and tell you so. Or if I see there's some synergy with some other company that I know, maybe I'll make the connection there. The next thing I do look at is the gameplay video. For me, this is pretty important because it gives me a quick idea of what your game is about, your hook, is it fun, the art style. Sometimes the art style can be the hook. It doesn't have to be anything polished. It doesn't have to be a polished trailer or anything like that. If you have it included, but I'm not saying you have to go to that extent. I just want to see gameplay video. If I like what I see in the video, I go to the websites. So if you have a Steam page, include it. If you have your game, if you have a web page set up for your game or your company, include it. It starts to give me an idea. At this point, my mind starts working. I see the web page. I see how you're presenting the game to customers. Together with the video, my mind starts to work, and if you're getting to this point, it's a very good sign. Next, I want to see your social presence. It kind of goes hand in hand with the websites, but if you have Twitter, include it. If you have an Imager, Reddit, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, I want to see what you've done thus far. It'll give me an indication on, again, how you talk to the public, and it gets the wheels turning in my brain. I'm not saying any of these are absolutely necessary. They're not deal breakers in any way, but if you have them, include them. So the next thing is a build. Your pitch should always include, for me again, I'm very rarely going to fund a game from a concept idea, from a piece of paper. So given that I want to play something, so when you're pitching, make sure you include a build. It could be a Steam key, it could be just a downloadable demo, whatever it is. But at this stage, after checking the funding, the video, your kind of web presence, social media presence, I next want to play the game. Again, this doesn't need to be anything polished. It doesn't need to be an alpha build or a beta build. Just give me something that shows off, again, the hook of your game, whatever it is. I want to see what the hook is. I want to see how fun it is. And if there are glaring bugs, things that are missing from that are upcoming, include them. Put like a must read or a known issues type of document in your pitch, and that's totally fine. So a bit of a truth bomb here. I love games. I've been in games for over 20 years, but I'll admit I'm terrible at playing games. I don't know why. I'm just terrible at it. So for me, it's very valuable if you include a walkthrough of your game, especially if there's a lot of do this, go here, turn this on, go to this door. It really helps me out, and it shows that you value my time because, you obviously didn't know I suck at video games, but you still value somebody's time to get through the build, so you're not sitting there necessarily stuck, because that could leave a negative impression as well. So last, I go over your pitch document completely. So if you're on Steam, I want to know your wish list count. I can kind of calculate it based on going to SteamDB and looking at your followers. I can kind of get a rough, but to save me that time, include your wish list count. This gives me a solid idea of where we have to go to get a healthy wish list number before the release date. You know, I've seen pitches where the developer says, I've got, you know, a couple of hundred wish lists and I want to release next month. So, you know, alarm bells go off, okay, and then we start that discussion. The reverse is also true. I've got 2,000 wish lists and I'm going to release in 8-9 months from now. That's a very good scenario as well. That's a very good scenario versus the other one, you need a lot of work. So it always includes your wish list number. I want to see a breakdown of all the features, whether I've saw them in the build or not, just put them all down. Next, you know, a scheduled roadmap. Even if there's no funding involved, I still want to know when you think you're ready to release, when you think you're ready to go into a beta, to start inviting people in to play the game. This is important because it, you know, together with the wish list that I just described, it gives me an idea whether you're being realistic or not. I also want to know what engine you're using, the version number, what plugins you're using in that engine, because this will, you know, if I see that there's porting opportunities, we can discuss those right up front. If you've done any marketing analysis, include it. It's by no means a deal breaker. This is something we will work on together when the time comes. But if you have it, don't be shy to include it. It shows that you're aware of the marketing landscape around your game. Just try to be realistic. Like, you know, taking your game and picking the top games in those genres, I mean, people are gonna kind of see through that. It's cool to include one or two, but make sure you include some other games that are maybe a low, a medium, and a high, just to kind of give a balance. Lastly, these few points are appreciated. Your team makeup. You know, who's on your team. I mean, if you're a solo dev, I'll get that right away, and don't be shy to mention that stuff as well. You know, but if you've got a team or if you're solo, you know, a little bit of background on each person. Have you released any games before? What are they? Where are they? How well did they do? Where are you located in the world? Like, you know, because this be, you know, if I'm going to set up a call, which I'll get to in a second, it's good to know, you know, the time zones. And any other highlights you'd like to share in your pitch doc that could be valuable, you know, in the evaluation process. Like, did you get some, you know, really awesome review, or not review, I guess, but like a preview from, you know, a press member, or did a high, you know, a high impact influencer play your demo, you know, things like that, you know, little tidbits. That's would be nice to have. So in conclusion, the points that I just went over, this gives me a solid understanding of your game, and your needs. With this, I can start building a path to release. But first, it's very important that we get to know each other. So if you've gotten this far down the evaluation process, I will reach out to you and schedule a call. I think it's very, very important that we talk. We have to talk. It's very important for me, and it should be for you as well, that we have a call, preferably a video call, where we meet and we chat about the game. We just, you know, get to know each other a bit. And then what usually happens from that is I'll send you a draft contract, which you would review, and we chit-chat again, go back and forth until the point where we're both satisfied and we sign the deal and we get started. But it's very important for me to have this call. I'm data driven, but I do still rely on my gut. So intuition for me is very valuable. So talking with somebody, again, preferably on a video, it gives me that gut feeling. So I hope this helped shed some light on what a publisher is looking for, at least from my perspective, although I believe it is valuable regardless of the publisher. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I do look at them all. I'll wrap it up, but if you like this video, please like it. That really helps me out on this channel. Leave a thumbs up. It really helps out with the algorithm.